No. Well, maybe as a meme, because we missed it last game, yesterday, where the Team Blue, with the lower pop, they pulled one, and we didn't even see it, because the Team Purple, the Dig, when they're playing Vanished Sovereignty, they had such a powerful air game, they just gobbled up the Colossus and killed it almost instantaneously. It was so overwhelming that, I mean, the air game did kind of ebb back and flow, but it's fair to say that, you know, the Vanu, the purple team, had air dominance most of the game. So I'm curious to see what happens this one. If it turns out that neither team kind of strongly goes air, or if it's constantly back and forth, you might see it. But what really does a Colossus bring? It's an anti-bastion weapon. Is it really that good in armor fights? Or how fast does it drive? Because mobility is key in this game mode. Getting to where you need to be to do what you need to do as quickly as possible. Not a big, slow, lumbering tank, as much as I would love to see it.
Yeah, that's a very interesting point, because the Colossus is basically an MBT, which is a lot more HP, bit more DPS, but it's a lot slower. And in the fast game gameplay where you have to move bases, yes, it sort of needs. Yeah, you have a few modules, I believe, who are lowering the cost of the Cosium shield, but it still needs some Cosium, and Cosium is very important in this game. Do you think, I mean, in the Soltec match I casted, both teams have basically had a squad of aircraft in the air constantly, and there was, in the whole match for almost 50 minutes, constant air fights. Whenever I was looking up in the sky, I was seeing air fights. Do you believe we're going to see this from better quality team than the match we casted yesterday?
I think so. I mean, I think there'll be a contest for it, but at the end of the day, these bases have so many nook and crannies and places to hide that air is somewhat useful, and there's no doubting it, but would you rather have another person on the ground fighting? I mean, I saw some people using ESS, and they would just attack with the ground weapons for a little bit, and then they would bail out and fight. I mean, the biggest thing the ESF gives you, I think, is the mobility to get from one base to the next base, to put a beacon down, to put, you know, to hit down the logistics so that people can just redeploy and spawn in. If you don't have the air control, it's much harder to move around. So we'll see. I don't know which outfit's going to have the strongest air, if any of them do. So it's to be seen. I mean, if it was me, I don't feel like I would push on warp gates. I don't feel like if I was Team Red, I wouldn't go for Etna or Bane. Or, you know, or if I was Blue, I wouldn't go for Deimos or Atma. I think for me, the core is always hold on to your outer bases, so Deimos, Chiron, for example, if you were Team Red, and then fight for the two middle bases and always bounce back and forth there and just control these four. Don't get greedy, don't push out too far, work between 3 and 4 bases, and that's the way to win. And then if you build a spawn base like Team Blue did yesterday in the middle to give logistics to move between those 4 bases, that to me feels like the winning strategy. Anyway,
match is about to start. I'm going to move to the anti-warp gate because I know some of the things that are going to be pulled and I want to watch them.
Okay, I will go to the red one.
And we have a lot of rivers. Actually, a lot of rivers. I'm not seeing a Colossus yet, that being said.
No, Team Red is mostly ground-based. We're actually seeing, what, maybe 2-3 ants, a whole bunch of prowlers, and a limited pool of mosquitoes. It's actually more Valkyries, the troop transports now, so I don't think Team Red actually wants to go big air game.
So one APC guy moved too fast and got teleported back, so shame on him. I'm seeing one APC focusing a lot on Pharos and I guess Etna as well. I'm not seeing any big armor component, that being said. The points are being flipped. Let's have a look at the other teams.
So Pharos was very, very quick.
Ares.
Etna is 3 seconds ahead of Deimos.
Chiron is not flipped yet.
Chiron is not flipped yet, and so this gives the Team Purple VCBC an advantage. It's about a 10-second advantage where they don't need to actually stay and defend Bane. They can move all their forces and be mobile and ready to go to Chiron and then steal it at the last second. And if they steal it at the last second, Team Red then can't attack Host or the middle. So this opening play is quite powerful.
I'm seeing Ares already building a base on Chiron, even if it was a bit late to be flipped. Oh wait, on Deimos, my bad.
Yep,
and I believe I've seen the one APC guys preparing as well on another base on Etna. No, my bad. Where's
TR is following the same tactic that Dig did yesterday, where they're building on their 2 home bases.
Yep, and NC is also building on Pharos.
And we actually see outfit. We actually see the big sky dome come down. So they're not going with big air, but that's the first time I actually seen that in the game mode.
The Citadel shield?
Yes, coming down on Delta.
Every time I've seen them, they were quite not very strong, but I guess they're somewhat
Orbital
useful to
strike
protect.
immediately coming down from the TR on the constructed NC base in the center at Indigo. And it kills the initial construction. Not Indigo, you know what I mean, Ibri.
Yes, everything is wiped down. There's a big caution note on that central.
Oh, and this is very interesting. NC have got a forward operating base between Feros and Gamma coming up.
Oh, I've seen them building next to Feros. Interesting.
And they've also kind of constructed inside. What a beautiful sky shield.
Are you seeing ASF from anyone else but NC? I'm seeing a lot of Rivers up. I'm seeing some PPA being shot.
Yeah.
Some sides actually. Oh, there's VS has an Air Force actually. They are above
Bravo?
Bravo, yes. Pain. VS has a Skydome there.
And you can also see, yeah, so they haven't gone for the central idea, so they've gone for a slight off-kilter. Now, where is the... Okay,
one APC moved to Atma. They're going to steal it. The point is flipping.
Yep. And the TR are going to get Chiron uncontested.
Oh, yes, they are going to steal it. Beautiful. 2 seconds now, and this is gone. Wonderful.
Well, you could probably assume that, and that also means that
Gamma
they essentially get a free... Yeah, Gamma is a free cap and can't be stopped. And then the VS could theoretically get Hosk, but Gamma will go through a few seconds before Hosk, so they could theoretically steal that. Interesting that Ibri isn't going yet.
It's flipping. It's flipping by NC right now.
Oh, the Ibri? Okay, cool.
I'm actually seeing the Vogu guys here.
There is a small Mag Rider. Well, I say small. There's a 4 Mag Rider force north of Alpha, and is that? Yes. So there is an NC base, and this looks like they're going to be their main constructed one, coming down with a flail. And
Ion Cannon, I believe.
Yes, the Ion Cannon with the pain field, and they're all getting set up now, and that is quite a far forward operating base between Feros and Gamma. So, did they do the same to the south?
Oh, NC is bringing Anvils on Atma inside the point and also outside. Are they bringing routers? I'm seeing a router as well. And Beacon, so they're here to stay. They're here to provide spawn options because
so
they
the
know.
NC are playing really aggressive because they're going for the central resources, and they're building another base now at Ibri. Oh, but another orbital strike coming down from the Terrans. They know that the NC are trying to build at Ibri, and here comes second OS to clear it out.
The Mag Riders are trying to do anything on Atma, but I'm not seeing them able to do anything except maybe kill that silo.
But the silo survived Ibri for just.
Oh. Yeah, they just dropped, but so many of them died, and they are being lulled for that. Let's have a look at maybe Hosk. No, it's going to go through anyway.
Hosk is VS controlled.
Oh, I'm seeing an NC on there, and they're going to flip Gamma faster than us, so maybe he can try and steal it.
Yes, we
I'm seeing him. Swiss farmer here.
There's a Valkyrie
overhead. Oh, there's no way he's
there.
going to gun the point. Oh, they're dropping a beacon, but there's a lot of sky shields there.
Sky shields, and they've put their own little
and there's the Walker,
field.
This one is not going to be... Ibri is being fought over.
So Atma is an NC kind of favored, Feros is empty, Gamma is empty at the moment. Ibri's going to go to the NC. They're going to take a 5-base lead at the beginning to the 2 for the VS and TR. TR, they've got their home bases. Where did they go next? Like, what did they attack?
Oh.
I mean, from a construction point of view, they're quite established, especially if we look at Chiron right now. They've got themselves air pooler, ground pooler, sky shields, basically every deployable you want. So it's quite a locked down base of Chiron, and I'm assuming Deimos is probably the same, yes. So they've got 2 sets of builders, and their construction point of view, they've got themselves digging, so their home bases are safe. They got themselves Ibri.
Seems like VCBC is all done on Atma, and a lot of NC are just staying there, and VCBC just cannot push out of it. They're on us right now, maybe they will push to Gamma. Ibri is being fought over, but ONBC is holding strong. They had a Thunder, a double-covered Thunder inside. It died to Strikers, but they are still holding the point.
So there's no Terran Republic Air Force. They're just not playing it that way. And the NC Air Force is at Ibri, just pounding away. Plus, there is the silo with quite a bit of Cortium just sitting outside. Doesn't feel like they're doing much with it at the moment.
The TR are just using the Striker to deny the air, but the pilots are still strongly ground pounding here, and one APC is still going to go for Ibri. I mean,
so the Atma, the VS were pushed off, so they're currently still at Hosk and Bane. They're not going for Chiron. Doesn't look like they're going for Gamma. Are they going to go back for No, Atma?
I don't know what they're doing. They seem a bit out of pace against the two other teams. One APC seems to be pushing Deimos. I think they just got kicked out of it, but oh, very big base on Deimos for TR. One APC leader is Falcon, if you know him. So it's kind of a rematch. I don't know if you've seen the last communities match, but it was Falcon against JFK. So this is sort of a rematch.
I think I casted that, didn't I?
I think you did, yes. And Psycho Zander is leading in VCBC. So this is like old time and new time FC fighting each other on Desolation.
Oh, the NC have actually gone for Deimos and they're attacking now. So TR will have an easier time spawning back in because they have, I assume that they have a spawn kind of tube.
Seems like TR has a very hard time pushing Ivory. Wait, they moved out of it now, and
Yeah,
one
so
APC is on
the
Deimos. Oh my god. One APC is dominating that match. They already have 30-point advantage against TR.
Goodness. There's a Colossus. There's a Colossus.
Where is it? Who is it?
April, we've got a Colossus out. We actually
Is it
spotted
NC? Yes, it's NC.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Resk is the leader of NC Heavy, who is playing with one APC here. And
So
doesn't seem like he's
NC
useful.
gets themselves their Ibri. And
He's
they've got
switching.
Gamma. They're still fighting at Atma. I mean...
Where's
Oh,
VCBC Pop?
oh, question. My points are still 0-0-0.
Oh, you will have to relog, I believe. Or switch match, maybe. So maybe go to the one that is going on. Let me have a check.
Oh, and to have that update. Okay.
Yeah,
I'll
I
try
had the
that.
issue when I just I was in the previous match, and going to this match just it worked. So hopefully for you it will work as well. Maybe we got the result of those matches, by the way. And May seems to have won. Okay, nice. Just VCBC seems to be totaling on Osk right now. TR just pushed one APC out of Deimos, and VCBC might be trying to push for Atma, but they don't even have the population. Or maybe is it in the area next to it? Yes, there is some population, so it's probably even right now. I'm seeing one APC, the real one APC guys, Marc Hassan, we have Nado here.
Oh, if you press tab, you can get the points. So, oh, there we go. It's come up now.
Oh, really?
Right.
Nice. I didn't know that.
So yeah, so the NC are into a strong lead at 126 points, and they're definitely showing their hand, and they're playing big. They've had Atma, they've locked down Atma, the TR were going for Bane. It's to be seen here what the TR and the VS do, whether or not they just decide to ignore each other. Like, we want to attack Chiron, you want to attack Bane, and then we'll, you know, the VS will keep Hosk, and the TR, you get Ibri, you get Etna, we'll get Atma, Gamma, and Feros, you know. Or is that just too early days?
I don't know.
Oh, the NC are bringing up their tank, and they're sieging now the TR Deimos' constructed base.
Are they using the Colossus to destroy the construction?
They're
Nice. So there's a bet on the fact that Res is going to flip the Colossus, and he's sitting on an edge right now, so I'm just going to have a look at it. Look at this.
Oh.
This is beautiful.
TR's counter-rallying. Looks like they might. They're saving Deimos in 12 seconds. A fresh Sky Shield coming up, preventing that Reaver Force from being used. Oh,
like...
oh, that was a big shot coming in from the tank. I haven't actually seen, it looks impressive when it fires.
Yes, I mean you should see Sir or them fighting on Bastion. It's pretty impressive. Seems like Ares seems to be in a strong end, but now one APC is pushing the point back on Deimos, and I'm seeing Falcon here. I'm seeing even some.
Rallied. So the TR saved it, but now the NC had the chance to respawn, and now they're counter-attacking on Deimos. It's big numbers here currently.
Yeah,
at
it's
Deimos.
30 seconds. Atma is basically empty. VCBC flipped Gamma, but there's a low population there.
Most of the pop on this continent now is Deimos.
Oh, it seems that one of the team, I believe it's one APC, has a clock Sandy on the roof. I don't know if you can see it. I just realized there was one.
On Deimos?
Yeah, yes, on Deimos. On the other way of the TR base.
Oh yes, yeah. Hello, that's huge. That's an outfit resource. They've dropped an anvil, and the TR don't see that, and this is the main reason why they were able to take the space.
One APC has 6 bases right now. The score is going to rise up pretty significantly. One
The thing
APC
is, what's
defended
the
Gamma.
VS doing? Oh, now this is the main reason. The TR are fighting heavily against the NC at Deimos, and they're also trying the TR attack the VS at Relic Bane, which means it kind of works out, and the TR are also trying to attack at Hosk. So this is why the NC can put all their numbers at Deimos and not be punished, because the TR and the VS are fighting each other viciously, just allowing the NC to kind of continue and not be overwhelmed. Atla's under attack again. Let's go check that one out.
I feel like both teams are being polite, but it's not double teaming right now. But one APC has doubled their points. Like they have more points than the other team combined. They should really start doing that right now. The more points they're giving them, the more they will have an easy one.
We have some VCBC mic riders, but they literally can't go anywhere because they're just being instant attacked and ganked by the NC Air. And we can see that the VS have built themselves sort of a forward operating base, literally right next to their command center. It's much further back compared to the NC one yesterday. I would have preferred it if it were bang smack in the middle, but it's not.
Seems like the one APC Deimos attack is now crumbling because the TR still has a base near it, so they can still spawn easily, and they're committed to the roof. And one seems like the whole TR team is there now, except for the one attacking Bane.
Yeah,
They're finally killing the Thunderer on the roof.
Yeah, oh, there you go. Yep, I see that. It's actually been detected.
It's not dead yet, and the people trying to kill it are just being ground pounded, but I believe it's going to die at some point. That RSR is definitely going to have some point,
They know it's there, and that's how they know that it flipped. And TR definitely deciding this is the most important base, so we commit the number here. So they have huge pop advantage, and we're talking like 2-1. That means that their attack at Hosk isn't going anywhere, but the NC are now actually kind of thinking about going Hosk.
Oh yeah, there's NC there. Maybe it's just vehicle or aircraft, but it should be a pretty good attack. BCBC just hasn't taken Atma, and the match is like something like 15 minutes in.
And the thing is, I don't see VCBC, purple, fighting one RPC on any of the blue bases. Like, they've lost Atma and they simply haven't taken it back. You can see how viciously the TR are fighting to get Deimos back, because this is one of our home bases. We're not going to let you have that. Whereas the VS, they still haven't seriously contested Atma yet. And it's the NC that are attacking the VS at Hosk in terms of numbers.
It's like NC is holding pretty well on Atma, and they have constructions inside, and the VCBC guys have a very hard time breaking through it. They're on the point right now, they're finally flipping it, but they still are going to have a pretty tough fight. The beacons are showing up. Finally VCBC seems to have a good hold on the base, but they still have to destroy that painfield and that anti-infantry turret.
Colossus tank is just murdering the TR base at Deimos. It's found an angle to fire under the shield, and the way its gun works is just going through everything like a lance.
Yes, that's the particularity about it, so that it can shoot through the points on the bastion who are above, so it has to clip through it. NC has a Thunderer deployed on the point on Atma, and it's still not dead, so they flip the point back. It seems that VCBC attack failed right now, even if it's a 50-50 fight. Let's have a look at Hosk. NC is attacking Hosk again. Maybe TR knows that they got themselves out of the Deimos. They're going to attack Ibri or Etna. We will see. Maybe this is time for the double teaming. NC is already one-third of the way through the points.
The VS have got themselves a little bit of construction down here, so there's a pain field. Guessing the spawn room has been taken, the spawn tube has been taken out, sorry.
I'm seeing a lot of cheeky messages on the chat. I'm not going to comment on them.
It's a minute to go on Hosk. NC playing super strong here, and TR continuing to fight for Bane. They've got Deimos back. At a certain point, you're reaching the halfway point now for NC's victory at 304 points. And the TR and the VS, they're close enough, they're tied. They have to, yeah, here we go. So Ibri is under attack, Etna's under attack.
Bane's
the
under
NC
attack.
forces at Hosk, they will have to leave. There has to be sort of a mental truce, or even just a weakening of combat between the VS and the TR, and let's focus on the NC here.
Do you think they're fighting for the second place?
No,
because right now TR is attacking VS, and VS has to dedicate a lot of people to kick them out of Bane. Yeah, I understand, but I don't know why they are just not double teaming. This is the remark I'm making every match, but
okay, so the VS, they're gonna lose Hosk when they realize it. Their population numbers have gone to Atma again, but this is the NC Air Force is coming in again. The VS are just making no clear progress towards Atma. Every time they try and come close, the Air Force comes in, kills off their Sunders. It doesn't look like they can